Greetings and welcome to episode 35 of my Empire Total War Darth mod Russia campaign, and this, my friends, I left it last time, where we've got a tremendous battle with Prussia ongoing, my friends. We've really given them an absolute bloody nose here. We really have, my friends. A series of battles here in the east has really brought to a head this war. This war that had no real meaning at all. It's got no meaning whatsoever. The Prussians really don't need to be at war with us whatsoever. We were friendly with them. We were getting along just fine. But for some reason, after the French declared war on us, they decided to immediately do the same. Probably for reasons we don't know, but possibly, as many of you suggested, probably because they wanted military access to my lands to be able to strike the French from different locations within my land. And instead of just coming to us and asking us diplomatically, we've probably given them that access to our land. Not a problem, because remember, we're trying to stay neutral in this war. We did sort of surreptitiously back France, but when France declared war on us, all support for France is completely gone, my friends. That is out of the window. But this is where we stand now, my friends. We've really brought two cities that were once under Prussian control firmly under siege now, and possibly going to fall. Now, what I'm going to do is this. We have got an army heading for Riga here. What we are going to try and do is we're going to try and take these cities here. That will then increase our sort of expansion here westwards, pushing north, but getting deeper into the western sort of civilization, as it were. And then what we can then do is then go to the Prussians and say, will you now take peace? We need to give them a bloody nose. Sometimes you need to give people a bloody nose just for them to sort of sit up and take notice of you. And that is what we have done here. We really have given them an absolute hammering here with very limited forces. Now, the Prussians are trying to put forces behind our lines. They're trying to strike all at our factories and our mining facilities to try and hit our economy. But we haven't flinched. We have not flinched from those sort of surreptitious attacks, those sneaky attacks. We haven't moved. They've tried to draw us out of position by attacking our different cities and towns and that. But we've held firm in our sort of our goal here. We've got absolute tunnel vision in terms of what we want to do and what we want to take. If we can take these two regions here, would have joined up quite a long sort of defensive border there. It's also given us a chance to get many of these armies really experienced, ready to fight, because even if we get peace with Prussia now, it's absolutely inevitable that we are going to be fighting Prussia again in the future. And in the Middle East, we managed to capture Jerusalem or Palestine from sort of Palestinian rebels who were taken over from the Ottomans. So the Middle East looks like it is ripe for the picking. Now Cairo is going to be next on our sort of list there, but we have to get that army that took Jerusalem. That's to be replenished. We also have to get a sort of a garrison in position in Jerusalem to be able to hold it. Excuse me, my friends. So that's where we stay at the moment. We're going to take this fight right now. We're going to annihilate this sort of small force that is left from the Battle of Podolia last time. Once we've done that, then we can start really looking at maybe going for peace, and then if we get peace, consolidating our position where we are. Let's do this, my friends. Let's take the Battle of Galatia-Podolia. What a fight it was last time. What a fight. We gave the Prussians a real bloody nose. And maybe, just maybe, this will sort of make their monarch, maybe it'll make their government sit up and take notice of us. We are not going to be pushed around, I can assure you. And also we're going to try and invest a bit more in our economy. Our economy is good, but it isn't exceptional, which is where we need to be if we're to take on all of these nations, and particularly France and Prussia, who seem intent on battering each other to pieces. And that's fine by me. We will just leave them do that. We will not help either side, but we will remain neutral as best we can. And that gives us time, as I said, to invest in our armies, invest in our economy, and bring everything up where we need to be. Oh, look at this. What a foggy day here. Oh, look at this up here. What a beauty. Oh, my word. This is an absolute fantastic vantage point here. Now, I know many of you have also pointed out I've got howitzers, so I don't really have to worry about being up on a sort of a raised area, because they do fire over. But I don't know what it is. I think it's just within my mindset to be able to look for a position like this, to give, to make sure that the howitzers get as much sort of, angle on the attack as they possibly can, and also to give plenty of our troops the possibility of not being hit if the enemy comes in too close. Because if you're down here and you're firing this way into an enemy that's sort of here, but if you're high up above your artillery, you're firing over them above, the arc is greater. But I think I found the perfect location right here. Look at that. The artillery will go here. The army will be sort of put across here. Oh my word, that is magnificent. And also we've only lost one brave horseman here from the horse guards, 5th horse guards. Oh my gosh, look at these. Absolutely magnificent. Well, we're going to absolutely butcher these Prussians. We're not going to give them absolutely any mercy whatsoever. Gentlemen, please, if you would, thank you. Straight away I think we'll go for carcass shot. If we extend our range a little bit here with round shot, and then just switch to carcass shot once they become in range here. Look at that, what a magnificent sight. Alright, let's put our most apt units in here. Oh, look at that, look at the 65th. They are real veterans now, but I think we'll put the 86th in here. They seem to have come out of that battle quite well, actually, probably because they were on one of the flanks. Look at that. We'll put them in a trench, and we'll have the 49th here on the right. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. Whoa, gentlemen, please. I think then what we're going to have to do is have to shift over slightly here. Oh my gosh. Maybe we have to come right down here and push the artillery forward. That's fine. We can adapt, we can change. And then we'll have the 49th running along. Wow, that is really absolutely messing with the... They'll have to go like that. That's fine though. Just on the barely on the angle there. Now, let's bring them forward. Gentlemen, please. Thank you. I think we'll have the 49th are already out. Let's have the 66th on the left here. Now that's a pretty good defensive formation. They do have cavalry, but so do we. Let's have the 83rd on the immediate right. Let's put them into 3 lines to get the most effective fire. General, as always, on overwatch duty. We will be sending our cavalry out here to have a skirmish. I think we will put... Actually, we will put the 65th. Look at those, they're absolute veterans. We shall bring them in thus. Under the trenches on some of these larger ones aren't really that effective, but still, you don't look a gift horse in the mouth, my friends. You take what is given to you, regardless of how they may be depleted slightly. 197th. Of any other larger units here. We do indeed the 81st, which I think we'll put here within this sort of small forested area. Look at that. And hidden. A good surprise for the Prussians. I think what we will do, we'll have then the 76th here as a final, and we'll pull these 2 regiments back into reserve. There's no point in using regiments we don't need. Take them on fire at will, and here it will. But we'll put trenches just in case. What we are going to do though is we're going to sit and wait. We'll put 2 regiments of cavalry this side, on the right, and we have 2 on the left ready to strike at a moment's notice into those Prussian forces once they start to break. Believe me, my friends, they will break. Let's end deployment. Let's begin this battle. Look at that. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. That's good. At least they haven't come all over the side of the battle. That's fine. General's bodyguard. We're going to immediately put them over here. We don't want them. And we can... I don't need any of these regiments to be involved whatsoever. Not a single regiment needs to be involved in this fighting. Do they have any... I don't believe they've got any artillery at all in here. No, they don't. So in that case, we're going to cut them off. Oh my word, what a magnificent sight. Burn, you fiends, burn. You declare all war on us, then we shall bring you a war the likes of which you've never even seen. And indeed, from here, we stand poised. If you would be so kind, gentlemen. Thank you. Steady, lads, steady now. Steady. Wait for the order. Look at that, walking to their doom. Oh my word, Podolia and Galatia is just within our grasp here, and we've taken these territories off the Prussians with pretty minimal losses, to be honest with you. Consider what we were up against. Look at that. Come on, gentlemen, turn on that sixpence there. Keep going. Oh, it's a wonderful sight. Turn on them, lads, turn on them. Cut them down and give them nothing at all. Oh, it's so wonderful. Look at this. It's a butcher's yard. It's an absolute butcher's yard. Hold, gentlemen. Hold. You've been given the order. Oh, shattered to pieces here. There's just nothing left of them. And let the Prussians know what has hit them. Steady, lads, steady now. Wait for the order. Wait for the order to fire. Ooh, look at these fiends here. Because their range is deceptively long. Oh, it's a wonderful sight, it really is. Oh, they're gonna pay, my friends, believe me, they will pay. Gentlemen, please. Can we please have some firing? Thank you. Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, it's an absolute joyous day. Carsten Strack dead. Oh, look at that. What a battle that was, my friends. Short, but absolutely vicious. And victorious in our favour. It's exactly what we needed. And now we've carved out a region here. Let's have a look at the losses. We lost 16 men and they lost all of them. One man remaining. Let him be sent back to the capital and let him tell them what happened in Podolia. Let them tell him. Oh, look at that. What a magnificent sight. I was going to start raiding us, which is fine. But also gives us a clue of where we have to strengthen our defences here. Ah, the Ottomans seem to be sending out some fleet here. Keep my eye on that. Will Prussia sue for peace now? Trade agreement. No, let's just go for a trade agreement, shall we? Nope, not a problem for me at all. If you want to be hostile towards the start of the war, I am more than prepared to do so, believe me. Sweden? Ooh, that's gonna hurt right there. Especially the trade. But fortunately we put ourselves in a position where we can actually absorb these hits from trade loss. Ooh! Whoa, Venice has been hit by the Persians here. Now that gives me alarm bells ringing all over. We're going to have to reinforce the Don front for definite, my friends, because we cannot allow the Persians to be having forces on our doorstep there with not the best force. Pirates. Oh, Bosnia, oh, excellent. So we've got an agent here. He will definitely be of use to us. I think what we will do... Wait a minute, we got rebels again. I think we're going to send this gentleman up this way. We're going to keep an eye on Venice. They may, just may, take a look at us, but we've got another rebellion. Oh, this is about the 4th rebellion we've had. Galatia-Podolia captured, excellent. Mentioned dispatches. Oh my word, look at that. What a wonderful sight. We've got plenty of troops here to work with here. And also, I had an excellent suggestion of getting rid of the school in Graz and turning it into one of these sort of one of the buildings that, you know, gives happiness. So that's going to take your advice immediately, my friends, and do that. That should ease the things here. So a little bit -4. God, they really don't like us here at all. But industry is really absolutely powering ahead here. We've got 14,000. We've got next step 17,583, and that is with a lot of trade cut off. Look at all the trade we've lost, and yet we're still able to have 20,000 income because we've invested heavily in our economy. Okay, we're gonna have to call upon these gentlemen here to once again remove an Austrian rebel army. We cannot have them just merely meandering around here. Right, let's take this fight here. It should be, yeah, overwhelming here for us. So we're just going to auto-resolve this with my friends quite quickly here. Yep. And... die. Right, that's put an end to that rebellion there. We're going to move them back. And then we shall put them into... we shall recruit more additional troops to fill out the ranks there. Now, we should... yes, we have, indeed. Right. So these cannon can now be disbanded, and these cannon can go in their stead. Oh, look at that. That makes it a much better army here. Much better withstand additional pressure, because we've now got these howitzers, which really are fantastic. +1 morale, +2 to morale. Wonderful. This army really is becoming quite the instrument of war here for us. But we're going to move them back before we replenish these. We're going to move them back to here. We've got to start investing in our economy again. But actually what we will do... oh, that's already replenishing. We will replenish these here, and these gentlemen as well, because they have served us well here on the edge, here on the fringe. What I'm bringing here for us, 400 additional trade routes, but we can't invest that much yet. And let's see now if we can indeed get peace with Prussia. What will he do? Will it? Yes! Look at that. Wonderful. What? Oh. Oh God, they've gone to friendly. I wonder why. Now, we didn't get Minsk here, but that's fine. Now, the reason I left Minsk is I wanted to pull back some of these forces here, because if we put ourselves into Minsk here, we're going to be losing... we're going to... I know we're in touch of Vilnius here, but they've got a lot of troops in this area here. I didn't want to outstretch. What I wanted is this. I wanted this region here, Galatia here, to be almost like the Damocles sword here, this place to arms, this dagger, this sort of dangling over sort of this entire region, especially Warsaw here. So I wanted not to stretch our lines too far. Remember, we don't have the resources yet to be fighting the Prussians on multiple fronts. So what we're going to do is we're going to build up at least 2, possibly 3 armies per region. So that we'll have one in Kiev, we'll have one here in the Moscow region. We'll have an army group here in Podolia now, because we've got the Transylvanian, the Carpathian Mountains here to protect our flank here. But again, as you can see, we do now have this region. Let's bring this under full occupation. Now, I know someone say, why do you take Minsk? Man, I should take Minsk. But there is a strategy behind it, my friends. There is a strategy behind it. We've given them a bloody nose here, and they know they're not going to be able to rush on over us. We've also got this army here, which does need much better guns here. These guns are really poor. What can we recruit? Can we get? We can indeed. So we're going to have 3 12-pounders here. We're going to replace this. Army's going to have brand new guns within it. Probably best if we can get heavy cavalry. But can we get heavy cavalry yet? We can indeed. So I think what we will do is invest in some heavy cavalry as well, and start replacing some of these units. Let's make these as tough as we possibly can here. Right. 1027, worth every penny. At least we've got this army back into Moscow region. That's fine there. We've got the Black Sea and the Mediterranean Sea, sort of this junction here, this crossing here is protected now. And we should have... I don't have any yet. I won't build any yet, just yet. But I really do want to start putting some more money into my economy, which I must do. I've got this regiment here. Did we lose any regiments? No, we didn't, thankfully. Infrastructure needs to be improved up here. The army here is in good strength, good. But we've got an army staff college. What are we going to be able to get? Guards, but we don't need to invest that yet. We are doing quite well here. What a gunnery school. It's going to give us 12-pounders. I think we'll go for infrastructure first. Let's get Vienna linked up with all the others here. Infrastructure again. Let's repair these first before we start engaging any, because most of these took a real battering from... Oh my god, look at that. Took a real battering from the Prussians, in, you know, sort of striking at these villages and towns. What we are going to do, though, I think what we'll do to prevent this happening in the future, they came through this area here. We're going to move this army here. We're going to move it up to here, to block their movement from the bridge to here, because they can't come through the Carpathian Mountains. These block them. They have to come through this area here. If we've got this army here, look at that. What a magnificent army. If that's there blocking them, they're not going to be able to get anywhere at all. But these gentlemen do need investment in here. This army got away with no damage whatsoever. This army did take a bit of a beating. So what we are going to do is bring these up to full strength here. Actually, they got away. We did quite well here in terms of losses. Much better than I thought. Let's bring our cannon up as well. Only 152 for all those 3. Our heavy cav came in quite nicely there. In fact, let's try and get the rest of the 904. Look at that. Only this 83rd Regiment didn't manage to get any replenishment in, but that's fine. This army here is going to be replenished. Again, didn't take many losses here. We have given them... We know that Minsk is definitely vulnerable to an attack. If we can get another army up here from Moscow, but what I must do here, we must do, or should I say, my friends, is get an additional forces into here. The Don must be sealed off from the Persians. What are they like with us, the Persians here? They're very friendly, which is good. But that doesn't count for anything. The Ottomans, would they be... No, they don't like that at all. So again, we're going to reinvest. Wait a minute. Wait a moment, my friends. Down here. Now this army is replenishing, but is it everybody replenishing here? Yes, they are, which is wonderful to see. What we need to do is get a garrison of probably equal strength that's in Syria. So you've got 4 regiments here. Into Jerusalem. As you can see, we are already extremely well greeted here. They like us to be here. Probably get the stability we give to the region. But look at that there, the Ottomans. We've got peace with them, but Cairo really is going to be where we're going to strike. We don't have anything here at all in Elat. So we'll be putting a craft workshop in production here. So basically the Ottomans have only got Baghdad, and they've also got Egypt as their last bastions. But look at Persia. Persia really has absolutely pushed its weight up this entire coast here of the Caspian Sea. That is quite a scary look. But here, let's have a look at the. As you can see, this is a sort of a weird, almost like a counterbalance. You've got on this flank here, on the more sort of Bavarian flank, you've got the French taking huge amounts of Prussian resources and regions here, and then counterbalancing that, they've come all the way to the Netherlands, Amsterdam here, the Prussians. So you can see it's almost a mirror of one another here. But Bavaria is definitely quite a big loss for the Prussians, because that really does put them on the back foot. And it puts the French within striking distance of our towns here, but that doesn't matter. We are prepared to take that here. Especially with this army, if it's going to be coming back up here. Look at that, 11 men left there. We've got to invest in our economy as well. So hopefully, oh my word, 36,000 coming in next turn. That is wonderful. That's going to allow us to invest in army and in infrastructure. How is our research and development doing here? Pretty much maxed out here to everything. The wealth of nations. We've got national debt almost, which is definitely going to help us with costs of units. Hopefully we can get our navy up to scratch as well. And of course we've opened up the trade line here. I want to get a navy up here to be able to rival the Prussian one here. It's not a fantastic navy, but it's going to cost us a good amount of money to get our navy anywhere near to that level, because they are 4,000 per ship for the heavy first rates, and we don't have an economy to really sort of match that yet. Now, where were these 2 guns going to go? And we might as well send them up to the front line. So we've left Kiev. Kiev is not very well defended at all. That does concern me, but we need to pack out this bridgehead we've established here. So what we're going to do is we're going to move more troops up into the bridgehead. Oh, look at that. That's taken damage. And there as well, from the French that time. Well, well, well. The Tyrol mines, we have to bring these up as well, I think, to full scratch. That'll definitely open up some more money coming our way. Oh, 1,000, right, we're definitely going to do that. Let's have a quick look at how people are viewing us. Everyone's friendly with us here, apart from Ottomans, which is fine. And again, Genoa is unfriendly. Can we maybe tempt them with a trade agreement here? No, indeed not. Do we have any technology they may want? No, they've got everything already. Anybody else here? No, no one else, but we're okay with most. Some are unfriendly. Venice is definitely, oh, not unfriendly, but we have the Persians keeping them in check here for us, which is great. Let's end the turn, my friends. Let's see what happens here. Britain clearing its trade lines, good for us. Excellent. I think the Prussians might have seen the demise of their navy. Looks like France is moving more troops down south. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What was all that about? Looks like France is trying to stretch into that sort of, almost that viper's nest there. Here we go, Prussia. Oh, a military alliance. Now they respect us. Yeah, we'll take that. But we'd have to join the wars with Spain or France. I know that might tip France not in our favour, but a military alliance with Prussia will secure that flank and allow us to build up our forces. Now they're very friendly with us. They'll leave us alone now for a while. That'll give them time to focus on France. But it also gives us plenty of time to focus on the Middle East, and also to focus on bringing our economy and our troops up in the west here, along the western borders, the western front line, we might even be able to get army groups up, which would really give us that fighting power we need. As you can see, Prussia still has exceptionally large and tough armies, even though their land has shrunk a little bit here. Yeah, now we've got that alliance with them. You notice they're shifting units now towards France. The plot thickens, my friends. The plot thickens. Wouldn't be surprised if Sweden doesn't try to take Copenhagen back off them. But does Sweden have the power with which to do that? As you can see, their armies are slightly mauled just outside Norway. But Prussia does have a lot of production capacity, a huge economy which is absolutely churning away here. Even they've lost land to us and to the French. Their production capacity, their economy is still buoyant. Berlin seems to be the target here to reinforce. They could be slightly concerned about where France might end up attacking. But now we're allies. They might be hoping for us to attack France. We're not going to do that. We will not attack France until we are ready. Because that would bring then Spain against us. And as you can see down here, Spain is sort of in North Africa here, just one region away from the Middle East. I don't want to get in conflict with Spain. We're not prepared for that. My word, they're bringing a lot of troops. New armies moving up, look at that, they've got a lot of new armies here. They seem to be heading, they're heading from Prague up to France. Can France hold this new assault? Because now the Prussia has pretty much got an alliance with us. They know that their flank is secure. That's a mighty fleet. They're going to go for Britain? Possibly. Difficult to say. Damn, there's a lot of ships going out. They're hitting Spain, Portugal. Yeah, they're really hitting Spain hard here. They know that we will hold our ground, so they know they're not going to be able to get an easy victory with us. But they're going to try Spain. If they can break France, they will be able to push down into Spain. That would give them a huge amount of land. And the production facilities to go with it. Sweden. attempting to do something, but what can they do in reality? Persia. We are not going to allow the Don garrison, to build up without a sort of a check to go in there. We need a sort of an area to block them. So we're going to put some forces in that region there. You come for us, Persia. We'll be Venice. We'll be ready for you. So cobbled roads here. So we need. So how's this army looking here? Why isn't this already up to... Oh, no, we don't need that, gentlemen, please. Right, we're going to disband those two, and we're going to bring in some brand new forces here. Excellent. This gentleman, actually, this rake here, Yegor Kisin, he's actually going to move down here. Let's have a look at what's happening in Mesopotamia. Ooh, look at that. I think we'll go for that immediately. Oh, look at that, 35,000. Ooh, 38,000. Even better, my friends, even better. Maybe we can invest in some of these ports eventually as well. But actually, let's repair this mine here. And also the farm here. So I'm going to get 1,400. We'll invest in our economy here as well for definite. 4,000 there. That's going to get 1,200 per ton. We do need to bring this army up to here. That there. No. My mistake. Think now. Think. Coaching in. That's what we need. This army here can be replenished. 4,782. Worth every single penny. They fought with distinction. We do have this army here, which is going to be between Banska, Staya and Star Fort here, or Fort Komon. So we're going to put this force here. It's going to be a blocking force. Actually, why don't we just move it straight up into the border here? And look at that. We've got a lot of investment in this northern powerhouse we can do here, but let's move up these gentlemen here. We'll actually start another army, I think, in this region here. We're going to start building up our forces. And I believe we had here. Let's get a craft workshop. Let's get that running already. Let's get a commercial port and military academy. I think we get a military academy down here in the... What we need to do, before I forget, is to get this Don army. We've got a general now, and Moscow is... We've been... Oh, look at that, Winter's Palace. That's a huge investment, which we will definitely do. Oh, engineering school. But we need to get troops down there. That's our main priority, to get troops down to here to defend the Don. We cannot allow the Persians to have these forces here. What do we need? Infantry. Any elite infantry we can have here. Oh, horse grenadiers. So we're also going to send some of these Gordiski Streltsy here. I think we'll have some of these are excellent hand-to-hand troops. They would definitely be useful in combating the... Oh, not again. There's not going to be another rebellion, surely. And what do we have in these regions here? Do we need this school as well? I don't think we probably do, to be honest with you. Let's get rid of that there. Pleasure gardens. We don't need those just yet. Anything up here we need to invest. Oh, good. Look at that. That's a big investment there. Actually, let's get that. The infrastructure's fine here. Oh, we mustn't ignore these up here. We must not ignore these here. Which we have done. $3,000. We need to also invest in our navy as well. We can't leave these regions. Look at that. They're not happy here. They are not happy at all in Kazan, Tataria. Even then, this clamour for reform is what's really doing them in. And actually, there's a real paradox here between the two religions. Infrastructure is good, but we are going to shift our focus down to Persia. Ooh, look at that. Well, well, well. Now, they must have taken the fight and moved out from there. So there could be repercussions here. We're definitely going to stay out of this war here, but we're going to be prepared to stand our ground to defend Russian territory here, which is Tataria. Mind you, the Don is ours in real, and so is Chakask. Tarki, should I say, Chechnya. We took these, we had to give them up as part of peace bargains for Venice and for Persia. The next time we go into these regions, we won't be giving them back. Okay, we're slowly starting to get ourselves organised now. We've got this peace. Will the Ottomans... Technology, no. We could be at war with the Ottomans again very soon. Let's end the term, my friends, see what happens here. Britain looks like they could be dealing with somebody who is loitering around their shores. France, an interesting proposition here. Spain's going to do something about the Prussians even. Prussia. The movement towards France. Even though we're military allies with them, you still have to be careful. You still have to be ever vigilant, my friends. Always be vigilant. And always try and keep a note of where your allies, and I say that in, sort of in inverted commas as it were, always keep an eye on where they are, what they're doing, where they're going, because one day you may have to face the armies they're moving in this direction. Whoa! A rebellion! The Dutch rebellion! Could the Dutch retake Amsterdam? That would be a heck of a surprise. Now they're starting to panic. Now they're starting to panic. God, that's a big strike force they've moved into that position there. There's no way the Dutch would take now the Amsterdam from the Prussians. Not a chance, surely. I'd be extremely surprised. But they still haven't moved against them. Surely they can't take Amsterdam back. I'd be extremely surprised. My word, they've got some forces available. We would have helped France. If they hadn't declared war on us, we would be helping France right now. We'd be sending them some forces, we'd be sending them supplies. We'd be increasing our trade with them by opening up new ports. They're not getting any of it now. If they haven't declared war on us, they'd be doing absolutely fine by us, believe me. But they backstabbed us. The Ottomans, if the Ottomans moved towards St. Petersburg area, well, I know for a fact then, oh, that was a quick rebellion. We know for a fact then that means the Ottomans are going to try and strike at us at St. Petersburg. If they do that, I will launch all-out war against them. No, they're not. They started... Whoa, that's a pretty big fleet. It looks like they're going to try and engage probably the Prussians somewhere. Persia. No other movement from them at all. Excuse me, my friends. Do you know what? Pirates, of course. I would have thought the Dutch army, had it survived, would have been sort of classic. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We've taken a hit there because of piracy. Damn it. 39. Yeah. We've lost Savoy and we've also lost Spain. Now Spain, we're taking a huge amount of our goods, but alas. 1,200. That's more like it. That's a nice looking force right there. That is a beautiful looking force. So we can prepare them just yet. Moscow, we've got these forces here. They will be moving to... Look at that. Look how far we can travel because we've got metal roads all the way down here. And let's put a craft workshop here as well. Just make, get every single piece of gold we can out of our economies here. 50 fur pelts, even if it's easy for me to say. What about here? 80. That's a nice amount there. What about here? 60. Let's have the governor's palace here. Wow, 70. What is our... Furs at 18, so they're not the best. They're not brilliant to invest in, but Spain is taking a huge amount of fur from us. But look at Denmark. They are right up here. They've got all of these poised. Look at their navy. My goodness, that is as scary as you can possibly imagine. That Danish navy is pretty scary. Oh, good grief. That navy right there is scary. That is a scary navy. But that reminds me. Let's get the ordnance factory up here. Let's get the governor's palace. And let's put these gentlemen ready. Let's invest here in the Middle East because that's where we're going to be staying. Gunnery school, not just yet. So from here, we're going to recruit 2 there, and we're also going to recruit 2 ships here. Our navy is being neglected quite severely by us. It's not something we can really afford to do, to be honest with you. We need to invest in our economy. I think what we'll do is we'll get the economy here in Athens here. We're going at full speed. We'll pick one region. Every turn we'll pick one region, we'll just invest in that region and get it up to maximum here so we can get steam engine. That's going to bring us in quite a nice amount of money there. We do have this army here, which is sort of garrisoned here, defending Patras and Greece. I think what we will do is we'll move the army to Greece, since that is our sort of the most powerful production centre we have in this region here. We've got a decent fleet here. We're going to put another fleet that's going to be our sort of expeditionary fleet, which means that fleet will be used to counter our enemies elsewhere in the world. And how is this army doing here? How is it faring? It hasn't had any replenishment at all. So just this one. Oh, look at that. Look at the 65th. What a wonderful sight. This army is doing fine. We've got this army here being put together, which is good. We're going to need some more additional troops in here to be recruited from St. Petersburg. We're going to put another army here, and we're also going to put another army here to join Roman Bakalova. Excuse me, my friends, and we're going to do that from Moscow. But Moscow does need some considerable investment here, a lot of money. Pretty much we can upgrade it to full here, but it's going to cost us what, 12, 26, 29, roughly about 30,000 in gold to get Moscow to full. And that could definitely prove invaluable to us in the end. If we do that, we've got this force moving down here to reinforce the Don crossing. Alexander Spetsnevia. He will join this army here. We can hold this bridge for a while without that. We are replenishing here as well. This army does need to be upgraded. I think we've got pretty much everything being replenished here. I don't know if we've left anybody out. No, we haven't. Ah. Almost missed that opportunity. If we were to invest in these, we would have a huge amount. Oh, Iron Masters will. You have to get all these invested here as well, I think, in Hungary. Right, my friends, let's end this turn. It's probably the last turn now. He's heading down towards the Ottoman territories. We'll find out what's going on there in Ottoman. Well done, Britain. Well done. Oh, not again. Oh, goodness me. They took a real pasting there. They took a real pasting in Brussels. They got to pull troops back to deal with that. Ooh. That's a real tussle going on there between Prussia and France. It really is. Prussia. Now they're starting to ramp up. Ooh. That's a real naval battle right there. Prague. I'm not sure if France can really hold off this assault by the Prussians here, because they really can throw a significant amount. They can reinforce much, much quicker than the French. And I think that might be the turning point in this battle. Or in the war, should I say. Got the Ottomans still snooping about. Sweden still looking to gain what it can from the French. Venice still blockaded. Where are you going, Genoa, exactly? Don't do anything silly at all. Hit Sweden. Great. It's going to affect our income. $38,000. Excellent. We've got this garrison there starting to form. So Hungary would probably be the region that we probably need to invest in, because that's going to give us a huge return. Once you look at these ports here, the trade is going to be magnificent. But as I said to you, my friends, if we invest internally with our economy, if we lose a lot of trade, we can still absorb that hit from the trade loss. So what we're going to do is we're going to invest heavily here in Hungary. Now, as you can see, Hungary has got, and also Serbia, they've got a lot of these water power cloth mills, going to give us a huge amount of income. If we can get all of these running up at the same time, really is going to boost us significantly here. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to invest in all of these here, in these mills. Oh, and also the Iron Masters. Look at that. We'll get that. Invest in that. That there. Invest in that there. A huge investment in our economy, but it's what we need to do. And there as well. Look at that. That's a real investment on our government encampment. What's going to give us? I don't think we need that. I think what we probably do need is a new governor's mansion. And why aren't these? Let's do that. It's a big investment for us in our economy. A huge investment. Clearances. Invested heavily here in Hungary and elsewhere. Let's bring them in like that there. Just one more regiment. Oh, and that regiment as well needs to be replenished. Heavy cavalry here. Okay, we've invested quite significantly there in that. We're going to bring these gentlemen down to here. Now that is looking pretty promising there. We probably need more infantry, to be honest with you, to counteract anything there. Just in case. I think from Moscow here we can do that. We are committing quite a significant amount of resources here to our sort of Middle Eastern expedition, as it were. These are all being brought up here. The infrastructure is being brought up here. So is the metal roads here as well. So we are starting to stretch our empire now, making the infrastructure, because we've got to invest so much to get it. Because remember, we're investing a lot in our infrastructure because we didn't start off with. Wait a minute. Oh, of course. We need some better guns here. So we're gonna put some new guns into this army in Istanbul to make sure that's okay here. What about here? We've got plenty in there. And I think, my friends, that is where we're going to end this episode here. We've had a battle. We've pushed the Prussians back here. We've given them a bloody nose, so they know now they can't just come running roughshod over us. And now we've invested a significant amount of our money into Hungary here. And that's why we want to hold Hungary, because we've put so much money into Hungary to get that return back off these buildings here, off these factories, these workshops. These factories are going to bring in a huge amount of income for us. we're going to see our income here jump up, probably over 40,000 per turn eventually. And we need that also to support any future military expansion, and also any potential wars we're might have to face against the French, or even against the Prussians, if in the future they decide to have another go at us here on this sort of northern flank here. But as you can see, we're starting to push in a good amount of troops into this area here to hold them off. We're going to put them in there like that. We're going to start another army here as well. So this border here is going to be well defended. We're also going to fill up because we can then spill into the interior of the Prussian Empire here. And to be honest with you, I personally can't see France holding out for much longer. They are taking significant losses here, and they're not replenishing any of these armies. Whereas Prussia just keeps feeding in brand new reinforcements, and they can take the losses because they can replenish them very quickly. So we also have to work very fast here to get ourselves up to where we need to be, because otherwise we're going to find ourselves lagging behind in terms of military numbers. I really do want to get another army up here. I want to get at least an army in Minsk, in Kiev, I beg your pardon. We have secured Galatia-Podolia here, which gives us a good strike-off point here. But St. Petersburg is the absolute critical hub here of our entire empire, as it were, in terms of trade. So we're probably going to need another army in this region, because look at that. Riga is being reinforced significantly. They don't want that to go at all. Riga leads into the rear, and particularly Vilnius here, which is quite the region here. As you can see, we could strike into Vilnius here quite quickly if we wanted to. But my friends, we've also started, sort of investing, because we did sort of forget our sort of rear areas, as it were. We have invested a good amount of money in our rear areas here to bring them up, as we can't ignore our citizens in these areas, and we'll eventually get our fur exchanges up as well, so they can become more viable. What about Astrakhan here? That seems to be okay, holding its own here. And actually, let's have a look what Persia are doing here. They do have quite a lot of forces here, don't they? But Venice still loiters here, so there may possibly be a confrontation here where the Venice might try and retake Cherkassk. And that's why we've got these forces here, to defend our borders. Whatever happens here is none of our concern. What happens here is. But my friends, I'm going to end this episode here. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please comment, like and subscribe. And as always, my friends, please keep your comments coming down below. They've been absolutely fantastic. They really have. Your advice is absolutely crucial to every single one of my campaigns. This one in particular. Because even though things are going, touch wood, they're going okay so far, it is only with your advice that I can refine and sort of move my forces and move my economy to where it needs to be, to give us the opportunity to defend us and eventually attack. Your advice is invaluable, my friends. You really are my marshals, my commanders, my right hand in everything that I do and decide. So please keep those comments coming down below. I hope you've had a good start to your week, my friends. I hope you have a good week, whatever comes up next for you in the next few days. Please be safe whatever you're doing, and until next time, my friends, bye for now.